I read a lot of these, and this one just struck a chord with me. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to read these because it's still like just unbelievable. I mean, I just cannot believe that I dated a psychopath for almost 5 years. I mean, I would consider it a little over 5 years, but he was always cheating on me, so who the hell knows what he would call it. Their lack of care or concern regarding the impact of their actions can further exacerbate the pain for their mates. And it really does. Because it's like, how do you not care? How can you, just walk out the door and drive over to another woman's house and have a whole relationship going on over there and not even care? And then when I find out about it, you still don't care. I mean, it's like I would be crying and he would like it. It's like he wanted me to be upset and in pain. Like that's what he liked. It was just disgusting. So disgusting. It can be difficult for loved ones to move past their flippant manner of inflicting harm. He hurt me and he didn't seem to care. Yeah, bottom line, every time. Within relationships, the behaviors demonstrated by an individual with psychopathy can quickly create distance, anxiety, and a power differential. Psychopathic relationships are traumatic for the non-psychopathic partner. Yes, very much. Domination and control obstructs normal bonding for the person involved in these relationships. Instead, the type of bond created is one based on fluctuating abuse and dependence, a trauma bond. Difficult for the non-psychopathic partner to break. It was. Thereby placing her in an unsafe and dysfunctional relationship. Aside from problems such as minimal empathy, antagonism, manipulation, and anger, 6 additional factors that hinder safe relationships with a psychopath are their minimal capacity to bond. At the beginning of their relationship, they are excited and stimulated by the new partner. And this state can easily be mistaken as bonding and deep caring. The dopamine-driven stage of romantic love that can feel like an addictive attraction. Once that fades, so does their interest. It is often at this point that they display disdain for their partner. Yeah. After 1 year, not even, because he was cheating at 8 months. So at that point, it's when I started to feel like he hated me. Like, he was always annoyed. He was always arguing. It was, oh God. It just makes me fucking sick to think about it. It really does. He is so dysfunctional and horrible. The dysfunctional relationship cycle. They often demonstrate a predictable cycle in intimate relationships. It's common for those with cluster B disorders. They idealize with their love bombing, devalue when they start treating you like shit, and then discard you because they've been cheating on you and so they've moved on now, with no concern for the pain that they leave behind. Walking away from the relationship causes them little to no discomfort. Many are happy to move along to the next target. Inability to offer genuine apology. Psychopathy is a disorder that hampers the ability to feel guilt and remorse. Due to faulty brain functions, there is a tendency to engage in immoral behavior when they hurt someone or cause damage. They usually will not offer an apology. If what appears to be an apology is offered, it's rarely beyond words. Because he would say sorry sometimes, not rarely, but when he did, it was just a manipulation, or it was just to say it, just so I'd leave him alone. It tends to include an element of distancing and minimizing. I made a mistake. That's exactly what he said too. After I'd found out that he had been living with somebody else, he said, well, I made a mistake. I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, really? You managed to do everything else just fine in your life for that period of time. And you managed to come over here and then lie to my face and walk out the door and go over there and have a whole other life where you would just ignore me for days. And then you back and forth you went. That's not a mistake. A mistake is if you're baking cupcakes and you pour in too much sugar. That's a mistake. Actively cheating on someone is a conscious fucking decision. The feelings of guilt and remorse are missing because those emotional states are not within their capacity. Their stance is typically, move on, let it go. Why are you still talking about that? It's in the past. Literally, he said sorry in a half-assed way. Sorry, but, you made me do it. Yeah, that's not an apology. But then 2 weeks later, he's like, why are you still talking about it? You're just trying to make me feel bad. Oh, really? Okay. Well, seeing as how this is the second long-term relationship you had behind my back in the past 4 years, you should feel bad. Presence of high narcissism. That's him. Psychopathy with high narcissism. It's in their nature to have an incredibly inflated sense of self. There tends to be no genuine interest in friendships. That you notice his lack of friends. He doesn't have any friends. He has a few acquaintances or people that he buys drugs from. And then, whatever supply of the month that he's on. That's it. Everyone is assigned a role and they have a use. They have a strong need for power and control, even when those people demonstrate loyalty, trust, and love toward them. Psychopathic individuals usually have a use for those they keep close. Some people puppets who defend them. Some people agree with them or sacrifice their reputation to protect them. It is often their preference to have numerous puppets. For many with psychopathy, this role is also assigned to their intimate partner. Yeah, he kept me around because I did a lot of shit for him. I was useful because I was smart and, do things that he couldn't. So good luck to him now. It will be a pleasure to watch him go down in flames the way he deserves. Immorality. Psychopathy is a disorder that has immorality as a core feature. When there's immorality, harm to others tends to follow. It would not be uncommon for someone with this condition to have a secret or dual life, pervasive, hateful thoughts, or a consistent pattern of violating behaviors. Yep. It really took me a long time to wrap my head around the fact that he was leading a double life. I mean, obviously, when he would disappear for days, I would wonder where he went, but I didn't think it was because he was having a whole nother life behind my back. That's it. I read this one first. It went backwards. But there we go. Psychopaths are prone to interact through manipulation and to use others for their sole benefit, even if this creates pain and devastation for the target. And it doesn't matter if you love them or care about them, because it's not going to change their personality disorder. And actually, the more love that you give them and the more that you show them you care about them, the worse they will treat you. They'll just take advantage of you even more because they don't see it as something good. It's not something that they appreciate. It's something they take for granted. Let's see. I highlighted the things that he does. Oh, look, all of them. The symptoms of this condition include lack of empathy, callousness, manipulation, pathological lying, charm, a tendency towards boredom, arrogance. Here I have examples for all of them, but here let me just tell you about the arrogance one. So when he was coming over here a lot, when I moved in, and then he started his bullshit again because he was starting another relationship with somebody else. And I said to him one time, you don't even appreciate anything. Like, when you come over here, I make sure that there's the tea that you like and your coconut water and that the certain milk and cereal that you want to eat and, other things in the fridge, because I know you're going to come over. And he goes, well, you should have that stuff then for me if you know I'm coming over. And I about fell to the ground. I was like, ew. Like, oh my God. What? Like, I couldn't even believe he said that. I was so disgusted. I was like, wow, okay. Blame shifting. Everything was my fault. Yeah. Every single thing. Every problem in his life. Every time he was in a bad mood. Every time he cheated on me. Yeah, it was all my fault. Everything. I made him do it. Dominance, aggression, impulsivity. Well, if you've known him for more than, I'd say, 2 weeks, you've seen aggression and impulsivity. Those are the two he can't hide. Individuals with psychopathy. It just, I just can't fucking believe it. Within intimate relationships, they can leave partners and family members struggling with the impact of trauma, betrayal, and abuse, lasting years after they're gone. And that's what really fucking irritates me. You know, when people are like, oh, well, you gotta move on past the anger. Oh, you have to let go of the anger. Oh, you have to forgive him so that you can be free of the anger. I will never be free of the fucking anger. Okay? Because the anger is valid. It's a valid fucking emotion for the shit that he did to me. And I can never forget that or forgive it. No. He doesn't deserve it. And if I give forgiveness, I feel like someone needs to deserve that forgiveness. Otherwise, fuck you.